The Taliban are capturing new territory and even more weapons every day right now. But caught in the middle is a helpless population.
How can you justify all this fighting when it's causing the deaths of thousands of ordinary Afghans, thousands of ordinary Muslims?
No, چې په جنگ کې خامخا وژل کیږي. خو جنگ دی. ځکه دا جانب هم وژل کیږي، هغه جانب هم وژل کیږي. نو موږ کوشش خو دا مخکې ما درته وویل چې موږ کوشش کوو چې خلکو ته ضرر ونه رسوو. نو بیا خو خامخا جنگ دی چې وژل کیږي، هغه به راضي پکښې.
You're the ones who started the fighting here though.
موږ جوړ نظام خو ما مخکې درته وویل چې افغانستان جوړ نظام و دوی راله. او په افغانستان کې چې اسلامي نظام نه وي چې هر نظام یې موږ نه پرېږدو، موږ په خلاف مقاومت کوو.
Shortly after the interview ends, the sound of helicopters. The Taliban are still vulnerable to government airstrikes. This is Balkh, a town with ancient roots, thought to be the birthplace of one of Islam's best-known mystic poets, Rumi. Now, it's under Taliban control.
We came through here a little earlier this year. Back then, it was still under government control. Now it's one of around 200 district centres taken by the Taliban.
The market is still busy. Women have apparently been allowed to come here without male companions if they need to. But elsewhere, Taliban commanders have reportedly banned them. Haji Hekmat is a local Taliban leader. Despite what I've been told, he insists they haven't made the burqa compulsory.
But you've also said that women have to wear the burqa, the chadar. That's right, isn't it?
Nah. مونږ خو زه وایم نه چې چادري خامخا مونږ اسلامي ټولنه ده وعظ او نصیحت کوو زور زبردستي نشته دی خو ته وایو چادري په سر کې ستر فرده وکړي شرعي حجاب وکړي دا مو وایو مونږ ته خو زور زیاتی نه دعوت د لارې نه.
What happens if someone doesn't want to wear it?
نو چې وانه غوندې مشکل نشته ورته خپل شرعي حجاب به کوي شرعي حجاب خپل سر به پټوي سر او حجاب به کوي نور معنا دوی ته زبردستي نشته دی.
The next day, a young woman was killed close by, allegedly for wearing immodest clothing. The Taliban denied involvement. They seem to want to play down their more hard-line views internationally, but at times are in tune with some conservative Afghans. Many here praise improved security. Accompanied by Taliban fighters at all times, it's hard to know what residents really think. Having already captured many rural areas and some border crossings, the Taliban are now pushing in on Afghan cities. Half an hour's drive away in Mazar-e-Sharif, the government are still in control. There's a greater sense of personal freedom here that it's hard to imagine the Taliban accepting. Back in Balkh district, the insurgents are formalising their own rival government, taking over official buildings. Schools are open, though in other areas, girls are reportedly prevented from attending. Street cleaners and some bureaucrats still turn up for work. They're overseen by a Taliban mayor. He used to be in charge of ammunition supplies. Now it's tax.
So all the money you're collecting though, that's being used to fund the war, right?
نه هغه د دې د خطر استعمال و چې په ښار کې کومه خرابیانې سوي بل څه د خوارو غنم سره موږ کومک وسر.
At the local radio station, the Taliban have asserted their authority too, banning non-Islamic music being played in public.
I heard that members of the Taliban here caught one man listening to music and to punish him made him walk without any shoes on until he fainted. Even if you didn't order that, that's what some members of the Taliban did to this man.
بالکل دین اول ځل د تان اورم نیم خبر بخنه خبر اول ځل تان اورم.
Many fear the Taliban want to resurrect their practice of brutal punishments. They insist they were not responsible for this flogging, supposedly filmed last year. But they did recently hang 2 child kidnappers in public. On the steps of the government's old courthouse in Balkh, the Taliban's legal system is in force.
For many, the Taliban's brutal form of justice is what scares them the most about the group. But for others, they at least offer a swifter resolution than the notoriously corrupt government courts.
بسیار رشوت دادیم رشوت دادیم که به حد اندازه به رشوت کار نمیکنن اینم امروز یه اگه اسناد گرفت 3 روز دیگه موقعیت میده.
The judge here says he's never ordered serious corporal punishment and that there's a system of appeal courts. But he defends stoning adulterers and cutting the hands of thieves.
What's the punishment for adultery?
از نه په باب کې هم موږ د شریعت مسله روښانه ده چې نه کې کچېرې یو کس ناو کې واده شوی نه وي جلی وي او هلک وي دواړو واده نه یې کړی بیا په دغه صورت کې چې کوم دا حد جاري کېږي سل لورې ویل کېږي په عام محضر کې او چې کوم واده شوي وي بعد له هغه نه هغه رجم کېږي څوک چې غلاو کې ثابته شي په ثبوت اثبات سره نو هغه لپاره سزا موږ په شریعت کې دا چې هغه نصاب ته ورسیږي.
Many people here in Afghanistan and around the world would be horrified at the idea of a society where hands are cut, women are stoned to death.
جامع جهانی او طرفه قضاوت کوي تاسو ګورئ دغه نه په ارتباط باندې چې کوم مرضونه راځي نه په صلحه او زراو خلک په قتل رسیږي د امراض په نتیجه کې مهلک مرضونه دي همدغه را د غلاو د ډاکو د چورو چپاول په نتیجه کې په زرهاو خلک تباه شو آیا دا به غورئ چې د یو کس لاس پرې شي او ټول خلک کې امن راشي نو خلک محفوظ شي.
The Taliban are capturing new territory on an almost daily basis. They're still facing fierce resistance, but they vow to install what they term an Islamic government. If that doesn't come through the stalled peace process, they say, it will come through more violence.